Hello there, Sir from 17 once again, introducing you to my Max Payne 3 hardcore difficulty video walkthrough. This is the second section to the great American Saviour of the Poor, and it's not too bad, this section. There's a couple of shootouts that I thought were going to be, a little challenging, maybe a little awkward, but in execution I found them easier than I did on hard, and on hard I didn't have any trouble, so the only real challenge left of this level is the final moments of it, and the challenge level there is all dictated by the amount of painkillers that you have, and I've said this before, but it's a universal truth for this game. The more painkillers, the more better. They will make the game easier than it needs to be. But after this quick cutscene here, you're going to have your lovely fanny pack, which I do think is cool because I'm of the mindset of I like straps on things, I like stuff to look real, and I like bags. It stems from, Heat, when you see them robbing the bank and they've all got the bags strung over their shoulders, and that was one of the cool things about Kane and Lynch 2. And Kane and Lynch, in fact, was the fact that they all had bags and shit and they looked the part for robberies and stuff, and I hate games where you've got to do stuff like this, but you just magically pull the explosives out of your ass. But to give yourself a bag, even if it does look slightly effeminate on Max, is still kind of cool. But you'll notice I've got my RPD again. In that room that I just came from, it has an ammo refill, and you want to use it as much as you need to, because when you plant the second explosive, there's going to be a bunch of dudes that are going to spawn, I think, directly in the corridor in front of me. And the RPD is going to make really quick work of them. And it's going to make quick work of pretty much everybody in this level, because it's such a good gun. But I've left this little vignette in here. Oh, I tell a lie, they're from behind us. That's not where I thought it was. Do you see? Yeah, Max goes into cover, the firefight kicks off. So pull yourself out, go into the cheesy mode, where you're shooting people out of cover and they can't see you. And just clip these guys, because they can't get around you. There's too much debris. It takes them too long to get to you, and by the time they try, you've already shot them. So this gunfight is nice and simple. Now just look at this gun. It just rails people. It's accurate, it's powerful, and if you tap it, it just becomes a death laser. It's such a fun weapon. And I never enjoy light machine guns on games. I'm not that guy. But these ones, love them to death, because they work. But there goes the last guy in the first batch. I do think when you plant the next explosive, a bunch of guys are going to come from the corridor where I was just stood, but that might just be me. You'll notice I've got same 6 painkillers. I came back for the ammo refill, and I'm pretty much set now to take on any situation that the game throws at me. And don't worry about the lasers. This is going to go into a cutscene where Max picks up a sniper rifle and you've got to do some counter sniping. And I tried to snipe a little bit too fast, and it pretty much results in me missing a lot of easy shots. And some of these shots, I don't know how they missed. It made no sense whatsoever to me, but some of them do. And just be aware that when this firefight ends, a bunch of guys are going to spawn behind you and come through the gate that's directly on your ass, and you want to turn around and clean them up as quick as possible, or they're gonna waste some of your hard-earned painkillers, and nobody wants that. But I mentioned that I've been watching a lot of films since my internet went out, so I'm going to talk about some of them, because the rest of this is pretty simple. It's just going to be me shooting dudes and, getting ahead of the spawns. If you watch the video, you'll see where the enemies spawn, you'll see where I put myself, in response to these factors, and you'll see how it goes down. It's pretty much that simple. But the first movie that I watched was 21 Jump Street, which a subscriber of mine had mentioned was pretty damn awesome, and I was looking forward to it anyway, because I wanted to see what Jonah Hill looked like when he'd lost the weight, and he does kind of look a bit weird. It's a little jarring, but he's not stick thin. He's still got some chunk to him. But the film was really, really interesting, because I'd not watched a film in a while. If I look back and think, I'd just not really been watching that many films, so it was nice to sit down with a movie again, and I was just surprised at the quality of it, because it's pretty much a buddy cop movie, but it's also a back-to-school movie as well, where they get a second chance at school, mixed in with the buddy cop elements, and it just comes together really, really well. And it's Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill both coming together. One's the jock, one's the nerd, and they kind of find themselves in situations that they're not used to. And they go back to school and they kind of realise that everything has changed from what it used to be. So you're not popular these days if, you're the big football playing guy who beats up on all the nerds. You're more popular now if you own a social networking site and you know how to get people followers on Twitter. It's the digital age and everything's changed, and they find themselves in some interesting situations, and it's just a funny film. There's some moments in it that are really hilarious. It's consecutively funny. My only downside of the movie is films like these are sequential in the things that happen in them, and they generally are, you know, a string of gags that link between big set pieces, and the set pieces are generally the points that make you laugh the most. They're generally the bits you remember, and if you look at any American Pie, you'll see this, because they're just a series of gags that lead to these set points that stand out for being ridiculous, awkward, and funny. And this film doesn't really have that many standout laugh out loud moments when it comes to those set pieces, and some of them are great, don't get me wrong. Some of them though just kind of fall a bit flat, and I suppose it all depends on your humour type because it's all suggestive, but I found that the set pieces that made me laugh the most were the ones that were kind of, you know, taking the piss out of action films, where when they shoot at cars and when they shoot at propane tanks everything blows up, and they're all thinking that stuff's going to blow up and it never does, and it's this constant gag through the film that I thought was really funny, and it's just a good film. And I give Channing Tatum a lot of stick for being, you know, a lazy actor at times, but he puts in a good performance here, and there's nothing I can really knock about him, aside from when he's got long hair, because it looks so fucking fake. But that aside, pretty damn funny movie, pretty much worth watching, I would say, and, you know, keep your eyes peeled for it. But this is the bit that's going to piss off a lot of people, because this bit's hard. The first time I got here on hard, I hated it, and the reason is a simple one. Combine a lot of enemies shooting at you with screen shaking. I don't know why developers feel the need to shake your screen to make things look more climatic than they are, but I don't like it. I never like it, and I never will like it, because all it does is it makes my aim worse, and anything that makes my aim worse is something I'm going to dislike heavily. There's actually an achievement here for getting a headshot while the screen is shaking. And it's complete and utter luck because you can't control your aimer. It's nonsense. But once you clear out this first batch of guys, you're going to move towards this aircon unit here or wherever it is, and it sinks into the floor. When it sinks, a guy's going to spawn past that fence and he's going to rush towards you, so you want to wait for him and you want to clean him up when he appears. There he is. Take him out. As soon as he's dead, when you push up to this next area, as you eke your way around the corner on the next aircon unit thing, or ventilation, whatever the hell that machine is, there's going to be one guy on the stairs and then one guy to his left. So there's the guy on the stairs. As soon as you come around the corner, there's a guy up near the gate, and this guy blows up because there's pipes behind him or something, and it always does that. But that's a good thing, because it means he's dead and it means you're safe. From here, you want to turn right at the top of these stairs, get the painkiller stash that I only discovered later on when I was struggling with hard. And then as you push up here towards this gate, be careful, because the shotgun guy is going to rush you. And he always misses his first shot, but you do not want him to get a second shot off, or you might be in trouble. Once that's done, this bit's bullshit, because you've got to move forward to trip the enemies, but when you do that, it's hard to get back into cover and not get shot. So watch that. Look at that nonsense. I got fucking shot because he won't go back into cover. And all you want to do here is take your time, kill the 3 dudes. As soon as all 3 of them are dead, directly behind you, a heavy machine gunner guy's going to spawn. So you want to get on the opposite side of cover if you can, but the cutscenes stop you from doing this and put you in a shit spot. And you'll notice, trying to get into cover, trying to get my bearings, I get hit by him, but luckily enough, it enables me to shoot him, puts him on one knee. I'm going to go into Devil Trigger, which I knew I was going to say at some point. I'm going to go into Bullet Time and try and finish him off. And there you go. As soon as the heavy's dead, the level is done, and you are one step closer to that elusive achievement / trophy. So thanks for watching, guys, and you take care now.